Amalie, Amalie pa ke nuaila, e numaila, na hawa o na ue ke kai, no na ue kahala, no puna kawahi, no kalua no i kilauea, no Lucia no i kapalaki ko. I'm just going to do a brief introduction. Lucia and I have known each other since the 70s, when she and her then husband, Rocky Jensen, were these amazing, crazy artists creating the most fantastic art in the 70s during the Hawaiian Cultural Renaissance. Besides music and dance, there was also art just burgeoning all over the place. But really, when I moved here later in the 80s and in the 90s, when she became a cultural mentor for me, and we've done several collaborations on many of the pieces you've seen in the shows, from Maui to Kumu Hula, which is a lecture next week, and to Daughters of Haumea. And just one story I wanted to share with you. She wrote this book called Daughters of Haumea, which speaks to the work of women in traditional Hawaiian society. And she gave me this unpublished, dusty, yellowing manuscript. I think it was in, I don't know, early 2000s?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes.
And I was just smitten. I knew that I would have to create a show from this. So, push forward, 6-7 years later, finally the book came out. I decided that I was going to actually craft the show on her book. And then it was like, oh my God, do I really want to do this? Can I do this? How do I do this? I don't even know where to begin. And then the first thing I decided to do was I looked at a prayer, a pule, that was dedicated to the hula divinity couple, who I know you're going to talk about.
Yes.
And I said, that's the one I want to do, but oh my God, it's a pule, it's a prayer, it's not really a melish, it's not to be danced, what am I going to do? I was about ready to tear my hair out, and I called her up. I don't know what to do, should I be doing this? I'm having dogs, this is not what I was thinking I was going to have. And she was like, shut up. You get in there. You have every right to do it. It's your privilege. You are a Maoli. You need to get out there and you need to make this happen. And she's darling, they're all prayers. They're all prayers. Make a dance, make a show. So I did. Here you go.
I'm back. A little worse for wear. My iwi are rickety. I have nihopuli. But you know what? My ike, my mana'o, is as sharp as a tack. I can still walk. I'm not on medication, so I figured where to go. Ano ai kako? I'll make you aloha apau. I want to first to thank your kumu, my au Patrick Makuakane, who still finds me relevant. I'm honored, because so many of us fall by the wayside once we hit a certain number. And I want to thank all of you here. What a magnificent, magnificent audience. His haumana are absolutely glorious. I mahalo all of you, and I see so many new faces, people I have not met before. So this is indeed a pleasure to present whatever mana'o I have to you, and hopefully some of it will stick, and you'll carry it with you through your lives. I told Patrick many years ago, is this thing on?
Yeah.
You can hear me, everyone can hear me? Great, great. This is all new for me too. That thing in the car, that GPS or whatever the hell it's called, that, this. Okay. So, I told Patrick many years ago, I said, what I do is try to impart what is not. And by doing that, you figure out then what is. So in this in this book, in this magnificent book that when I go back to read it now and then because I forget I did that prayer. So I go back and I read it and I go, who did that? I was truly inspired by a culture that for me answered all the very important questions from the time I was a child. I was raised Christian, Catholic, and I had a million questions that I would ask my Dominican nun teachers, and of course they could never give me the proper answer. For me, it just was never enough. I come to Hawaii and I find all the answers that I was ever looking for. So the book deals with how women were not perceived rather than perceived, because we have so many fallacies that we are told by academics. They still adhere to very archaic definitions of the culture, very colonial definitions of the culture. The dots are not connected. The T's are not crossed. The I's are not dotted. So that's what I like to do. Very controversial, but hey, what the heck. Okay, so tonight, I'm going to talk about the Kuahu, and I gave a Kuahu lecture several years ago. But all of these wonderful new faces, good. And I'm sure those that heard it years ago wouldn't mind hearing it again. So forgive the repeat. So, Kuahu. In pre-contact times, and actually